We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 559 of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your OG undisputed scholar, Scholar Tark, and I am joined this evening by the Scholars of Wrestling Party Champion, Scholar Jeff. Hello, fool. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing delightful, sir. I gotta admit, as many times as we do this, it's still a little jarring to be on this side of the microphone. But you know what? It's SummerSlam weekend. We know what we're all here to do. I am not going to be defending this particular title, but I am going to be pursuing another one, and that's more than enough for me.
Ooh, very lovely indeed. And joining us this evening is Scholar Pete. Hello, Scholar Pete. How are you this evening?
As I live and breathe. Hello, gentlemen. How are we this evening? Getting ready for some SummerSlam predictions with y'all. And hopefully and truly, if justice shall be done, I will come back as your Scholars of Wrestling champion because I was taken back by a wheel. And by God, if this wheel fucks me again, there'll be hell to pay.
Ooh, I could just see the fire burning in your eyes as you're hitting that one. Very good, sir. And with that in mind, I'm sure that particular message is going to the man who's joining us, my undisputed scholar partner, your reigning, defending, again, undisputed Scholars of Wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, Scholar Brian. Hello, Scholar Brian. How are you?
Oh, could be better. To be honest, completely going through it right now, but it's SummerSlam, and I am a benevolent fighting champion. I was watching last week, Scholar Pete, and let me tell you something. All right? I don't do weak ass one on one bouts for when I am the Scholars of Wrestling champion. Okay, I don't do one on ones. I don't give out rematches WWE style just because you got fucked by a wheel. These things happen in Scholars of Wrestling predictions. They happen often. We all know this. Therefore, I, if you've been paying attention, which you should have been, I never do one on ones. When I put my title on the line, everybody gets a shot. And that is my benevolence. Everyone on this panel, everyone not on this panel, wink, wink, Scholar Charlie, is going for the title this week. And every time I defend, and every time I've ever defended. So your one on one weak ass shit that we've been going through for the last 6 months, not on my watch, buddy. We're having some fun this week, and if my reign continues, because I am not deluding myself, there is a wheel this evening, and I'm very aware of what can happen based on said wheel. Therefore, I know that if I am no longer champion, then what I said will no longer be the case. But for the length of my title reign, every time this title is defended, everyone is a challenger. No one gets to sit on the sidelines. Everyone gets a shot because that is how benevolent of a ruler I am.
I let everybody have a title at WrestleMania.
Fine
Then I
speech.
walked out.
Oh yeah, fine speech indeed. And just hearing the excitement in your gentlemen's voices about just, going for Goldie here and isn't she lovely? Mwah. All right, we'll put you away, sweetheart. I act as everyone pointed out, it is SummerSlam prediction weekend. And with that being said, as we're going into WWE SummerSlam 2026, I have to ask you, gentlemen, on a scale of 1 to 10, How actually excited are you for this PLE? Has WWE's build for this show actually got you invested?
Huh, strong four.
I I thought I was being mean by saying a five, but yeah, the build for this has been really lackluster. I feel like this year in particular is really coasting just on general reputation alone, and that's just really sad.
By God, let me tell you something, WWE. I give you a three with generous, generous three because you lost me at the stipulation with Danhausen. We'll get into it, ladies and gentlemen. But I could not tell you this is the worst I've ever felt for a SummerSlam. And it's 2 nights. Woohoo. I could not give a shit about either night. I think this is the most poorly constructed SummerSlam we've seen in quite some time. And it's very disappointing because not only has SummerSlam been one of my favorites just because of the vibes, the energy, but I think this card is just like we'll talk about in the predictions, but it's what I've been saying for weeks. It's been AEW for me. It's been AEW. AEW has my interest. I could not give two craps on this pay-per-view, and it's sad to say. Truly sad.
I'm hearing your guys's like scales and coming from the man who is just now pretty much completely boycotting watching WWE live. On my scale, I'm actually giving it a solid six. But it's
Not
on
unheard of.
it's not because of how how like they've been telling the story. It's mainly just also looking at this card on paper, as Pete was hinting at. He may have been very negative about it, and trust me, there are plenty of negative things that we are going to talk about in in this show tonight. There are a couple of matches that I'm looking, I'm like, huh, hopefully, if given the time, maybe this is just going back to being just the optimism in me, but also just thinking cautiously optimistic because, again, this is WWE. I've been hurt by them before. Vince McMahon era, TKO era. It doesn't matter. They're always ending up hurting me in the end. But there are some matches that actually have been working that are just like, okay, I'm experiencing this. Some things are going in the right direction, and I hope it goes in a direction, but also it's other ways like I hope, but I know. But like I know, maybe they'll surprise. Not likely. But yeah, out of the four of us, I'm the one with the highest scale of excitement rating, and it just completely mind boggles me.
Well, I think once we get rolling, I think you'll see where, at least where my logic lies, why I'm giving it that score, and the rest of us too. We'll see where the
Oh yeah, oh
hype
yeah.
lies.
It honestly may even change my scale, honestly. It'll probably be different by the end of this episode. We'll see. And with that said, why don't we just go ahead and get right into it and get into these predictions? All right, you all gentlemen ready again? All right.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go full announcer on this one. Is this prediction show is for the Scholars of Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the World. May the best scholar win. All right. Let's go on and look at these matches. Look, all right, night one. We're going to start with the six-man tag of LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa facing the bloodline of Jacob Fatu and the Usos. Brian, as the defending champion, are you going to go first or are you going to move on to the next person?
Considering that this was not the first match that was on my run sheet, I will go first because I was going to pass if it was that match. But this one, I will go first because
So I'm trying to be so full of surprises, sir.
Solo Sikoa has really blossomed recently into a really believable good babyface, which obviously means he's going to turn heel and join the Bloodline at at SummerSlam. Bloodline wins.
Uh, that's Brian's prediction, and oh God, that's the typical WWE route that he wants to go on. Jeff, you're up next. Are you agreeing with Brian's take on this match?
No. No, I'm not. Because if this was any other setup, I'd say Brian would be 100% right. But in this case, I'm just looking at LA Knight. LA Knight needs a win here. Full stop. He's at a really severe deficit. He needs a win. Solo Sikoa, I gotta admit, I'm starting to get back on board with the whole Solo Sikoa thing. I think he's been doing some good work. And Royce Keys is, let's be real, I haven't been watching too much SmackDown lately. He needs he needs more momentum. His stock needs to build. So for all that and more, I'm gonna go with Team LA Knight. I'm gonna go with LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys.
All right, very good. Pete, you're up next. Who do you have to win this match?
This one I felt was you both give beautiful points. LA Knight does need a win, and I just feel like right while you were talking, I just feel like he is loved by the audience. We love him on this show, but he just can't catch a break. And it's going to continue on Sunday because I agree with Scholar Brian. Bloodline will win this match because of the reasons, of course, he laid out. But I just feel like, again, you got to keep it strong. If I feel if you don't, Jimmy and Jay become irrelevant. And I know they've been great over the years, but give them something. Solo has been doing some of the best work face wise, like even his work with LA Knight in this collaboration back on Monday, which was the only high praise you'll hear me say, ladies and gentlemen, was that little interaction because Raw, other than that, was trash. But yeah, Bloodline for the win. I apologize for going over.
No, no, you don't need to apologize. You shush. All right. With that said, I was listening to everyone's discussion because funny enough, before we started recording this evening, I told them I had one match I had difficulty choosing, and funny enough, it's the first match on on my list here. And just listening to everyone's arguments, trying to be like, okay, who can persuade me? Um, Funny enough, I'm taking like little bits from everyone because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yes, LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo really need the win more than the Bloodline does. Uh, because yeah, you got LA Knight, he's just regaining his momentum. You have Solo, who's actually just starting to pick up his momentum, where he's actually getting accepted by the crowd as this new babyface enough that even people backstage are acknowledging and are just like, "Yay! We wanted to push Solo for a long time, but we were worried about Jacob Fatu getting the push. But hey, it's nice to see he's getting naturally over with the crowd." But when it comes to it in the long run, I think this match is basically designed to make Jacob Fatu look even more strong. He's the one that they're really trying to push over in this match. I don't think we're going to get a full-on heel turn from Solo. I do think they want to keep that face momentum going with him, but I'm still going to go and choose the Bloodline to win because this is just basically here to just make Jacob Fatu look strong in the end. And so that match, so now I can actually highlight that in my choices here. All right, there we go. Bloodline, Usos, Jacob Fatu is highlighted. Yay! Well, sort of yay because again, Knight and Solo and Royce Keys really need the win more. But in the end, yeah, Bloodline for the win. All right, moving on, we have essentially a grudge match with Gunther taking on the no longer SmackDown GM of Nick Aldis. Fool, you're up first. Who do you got to win on this one?
When I gave my score of a 5 in terms of level of hype here, I gotta admit, this match alone carries about 90% of that hype. Just because
Hmm.
it's fresh, it's exciting, it's new, and I've been really looking forward to seeing Nick Aldis actually wrestle. So you could do something that most authority figures don't get the chance to do. Like, okay, I can take off the suit and I'm jacked and I can actually wrestle you. Let's go. That
We got
being
two of
said,
them.
yeah, both of them can go. I think there's might be some injuries on Adam Pierce's side, but again, that's neither here nor there. in terms of this particular match, as much as I want to see Nick Aldis really establish himself, I don't see him beating Gunther of all people. That being said, I can see two things as being far more likely. I can see Nick Aldis having a great showing for himself, so even pushing Gunther to the limit. Maybe Gunther or someone interferes. There's some sort of shenanigans where it's like I don't know. I don't want to see a complete and total beatdown. That's all I'm saying. Like maybe he's like okay, takes him to Gunther to the limit, so really surprises him by how well he does, and then you know makes eventually catches him in the sleeper and just like taps him out or something like that. But it's like the old thing where you know he Gunther wins technically, and he will win, but you definitely know he's been in a fight, and that I would accept. But either way, in terms of victories, Gunther for the win.
Okay, very good. Pete, you're up next. Who do you have to win with Gunther and Nick Aldis?
Sure, let's let the man who hasn't wrestled in 3 years go against the legend killer who killed John Cena's career and AJ Styles. Yeah, he's a former GM. Gee golly gosh, WWE, we solved the mystery. It's fucking Gunther. It would be nothing else but Gunther. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, this is ridiculous. I hope. Like Jeff said, I hope this match is everything. I watch the Chris Van Leek YouTube with him on it, and the man's getting emotional, and you feel it because it's like I want it to be a special match, and I do real think it will be a special match because I think him and Gunther will make something nice, beautiful out there to watch and tell a story. I think he still will look strong, but at the end of the day. Like it's no contest. The man is Gunther is winning this match. Like end of story. Scholar Brian? No.
Nope, it's
Yeah.
my turn.
Oh, Scholar. Huh.
All right. Funny enough, I won't go to the extremes of that Pete went, but I am also going to say that yes, Gunther is going to win this. He should win this. And I don't look at it as going to be like a complete and utter beatdown that Jeff is worried that it's going to be. I think it is going to be a nice, good back and forth of we're going to get a "You Still Got It" chant from the crowd. This one's going to be probably a nice sleeper hit of the entire weekend, and because I know both of these guys can go, and with that said, yeah, Gunther for the win. It's gonna Nick Aldis isn't gonna look bad. I am completely against this whole interference idea that you may have, fool. This one,
It wasn't so, to be clear here, it wasn't so, I saw the look on your face. It wasn't so much that I want to see it happen. It's not the preferred thing by any stretch of the imagination. The core idea is that he, that Nick Aldis in his loss doesn't look totally punked out. He looks formidable enough, if that
oh,
makes sense.
I think he will look affordable enough. I think he'll still look affordable enough that a clean loss won't hurt him. Like I don't want to like Adam Pearce to try and get involved in this. Like Gunther beats him too hard that Adam Pearce would come down and basically be a distraction. I don't want that nonsense. I want this to be a
I wouldn't
straightforward match.
I wouldn't want that either, but I'm just like, okay, how can we avoid doing too much damage to Nick Aldis? Because I'm fully confident that when Nick Aldis actually shows off what he can do, this is going to be the first of many appearances over the next couple of years. So I just want to set him up for success with that.
I
Oh, it's Gunther totally destroying him.
I think it will be. I think the only real question I have is they're kind of vague with the idea of he's no longer SmackDown GM. Is this on a permanent basis or is this
They
just
aren't vague.
for
They aren't vague. He goes right back. The only thing
he does
they
go right
said,
back in?
they said right after on commentary that it's only for that match. He can't
Okay.
be general manager when he's in the ring for a match. So
Okay.
as
I
soon
missed
as that's
that. I missed
done,
that.
he's
Oh,
right
there you go.
back to general manager.
Okay, in that case, yeah. Again, Gunther, it's you can't have basically the authority figure beat pretty much a star, one of your top guys, even if it's someone who's well trained like Nick Aldis. So yeah, Gunther for the win. So with that being said, Brian, you're up. Are you in agreement with everyone? Is it going to be Gunta for the win?
Yeah, it's Gunther all day, every day in this match. I do think it's going to be a real match. It's not going to be a beatdown, obviously. You're going
Mhm.
to see some of the Magnus and Nick Aldis that we saw in TNA and NWA. You're going to see that. And I basically think it's going to be a template of last year's Gunther SummerSlam match with he who will not be named on this podcast because of what he did to WrestleMania. I think that he's going to take him to the limit. Gunther's going to choke him out. Gunther's going to be like, all right, that's a thing. And I don't think there's going to be future wrestling appearances from Nick Aldis. I think that this is a one off, that he will go back to being an authority figure. Like, this is just Gunther pushed him to his limit and he lost it, and we're here now. I think I think after this match, he's going to go back to being the authority figure, and this is a one off. But either way, you can't have Gunther lose here. You can't. There's no. It's not logical.
Uh, couldn't agree more. It's not logical at all. All right. Moving on, we have a six women tag match with the Bellas and Paige facing Fatal Influence. Pete, you're up first. Who do you have for this match?
Well, it's quite simple. Fatal's winning, number one. Let me tell you the reasons why. Because I swear to you, WWE, I swear to you, WWE, you're really on a fine line with me. And if you again go with the veterans of Nikki Bella and Paige to win, it's ridiculous. Give your talent time. Fatal is winning. End of story. Done talking.
Yeah, I can hear that just annoyance in your voice, and unfortunately, Pete, I'm gonna have to add fuel to that flame here. I'm gonna go with the Bellas and Paige to win this one because it's WWE. The Bellas and Paige are the stars. This is Nikki Bella's first match back from her injury. This is just hell. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually throw a female celebrity in this one. They're that like this is just such a mainstream type of match. So I'm gonna go with the Bellas and Paige to win. Let's see, Brian, you're up next. Who do you have for this
See,
one?
I am going to go with Fatal Influence to win, but here's the kicker. Okay, I think they're going to play up that Nikki Bella is upset at Paige for becoming tag team champions with Brie Bella while she got injured. I think the Bella twins are going to leave Paige. I
Oh,
think
I
they're.
hope that would happen.
I think that there's a storyline way to still have the veterans have an interesting arc without winning the match and making Fatal Influence look bad. Because the way that they've been booking Fatal Influence since they came up, yeah, they just became tag team champions, but they've looked horrible since they came up to the main roster. And them losing to the Bellas and Paige here, even if it's Nikki Bella's first match back, you could use that angle to not have Nikki Bella look bad in her first match back. You can just have them walk away or cause Paige to lose the match, and then you can send them off on their own thing while Fatal Influence gets booked strong. So I have the fear that Tarek is correct. I'm not going to lie. but I think the logical move here is what I said. I think there's a way to have the Bellas and Paige be like the main part of the storyline that's playing out on SummerSlam, but you still have Fatal Influence go over.
I hope you're right, or maybe like if they even save it for after the match, like while celebrating, they turn on her. But that's just more of like possibilities, and that's just a way to keep my prediction right. But let's see. So Jeff, you're up next. Are you is it going to be a split room here, or is it just going to be a one-sided one versus all type of ordeal?
Fatal influence because the Bellas suck. The end.
Oh, as yes, you are absolutely right, and that is definitely a prediction with the heart thing. But I
That's
can't
it.
deny
That's all
that.
I
You're
got.
absolutely right. I agree. The Bellas suck, but WWE look at them as just a nostalgia act, and it would just work for their image.
It's why I say I'm doing it's this is a three pay-per-view, 3 out of 10 pay-per-view. Like you know what's coming.
Hmm. All right.
We're trying
With
to
that
make
being
it so
said,
that
what was that, sir?
and we're trying to make it so that it doesn't come and we can enjoy the show even a little bit.
Oh, I want to be wrong. I really do want to be wrong. I want this to be a whole like, oh, it's this. I don't get the point off it, but it does. At least they're doing something. They're actually given the on-screen talent to really something instead of just the veterans be like, oh, this is a house show type feels moment on SummerSlam. Yay, we're just here for the articles of like Bella and Paige stand tall. Yeah.
I will say that before the show started, I was talking about there were a few picks that I felt that this card had that there was going to be head versus heart picks, and this was one of them because I knew that because I know the way Tarek's head works, and I knew from the start that he was going to pick the Bellas and Page because he always does because he knows the way the WWE works. And I would normally go ahead and side with him, but fatal influence, baby.
This has to
So
it's like you have to choose heart. Like you can't it's like you just can't choose them. You're on like with Jeff. Fuck the Bellas.
we got to
Sorry,
get off the
Paige.
Bellas. We got to get off the
We
Bellas.
love
Next
like
match, please, for the love of God, stop talking about Nikki Bella.
we like Paige. And who knows, maybe this could actually could keep the veterans thing going. It could set up Bellas versus Paige and AJ Lee.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a way for Pete to get involved.
You ain't lying there. You ain't
Uh,
lying there.
All right, let's stop talking about the Bellas. We already gave them too much time on this show as it
Hey,
is.
that's
Moving
fine.
on, we got the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match with Liv Morgan defending the title for finally after over 100 days against Io Sky. This is a fun one for me because the only way I looked at this match is what are they gonna like? What plans could they possibly have for after? Do they have more plans for Liv Morgan being world champion or Io Sky being world champion? And going back to what we were discussing earlier, this is WWE. They have their favorite, and it's gonna be Liv Morgan successfully retaining the championship. And because I feel like their main focus right now is gonna just waiting for Stephanie Vecchia to return just so we can continue the Liv Morgan Stephanie Vecchia storyline. And I just feel like there's even more possibilities of other opponents like possibly a Roxanne Perez face turn or Raquel Rodriguez inevitable like I'm turning against you Diesel Shawn Michaels moment. So I looked at that aspect and I just really couldn't really think of anything for Io Sky other than just, oh yeah, she's just the background character, even though she's the champion, which is something they've done with her when she was champion before. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan for the win. With that said, Brian, you're up next. Who do you have for this match?
I'm still convinced that this was never the direction that the Queen of the Ring was supposed to go in. I think that Rhea Ripley got hurt and they had to pivot, and that's why we're here. And that's why we're here now with Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. And I think that if Io Sky fought Rhea Ripley, she was going to lose. So the only thing that gives me pause here is the Danhausen curse, because technically that hasn't been taken off. And it's like, how far do you want that to go? I'm like, does it only affect when Danhausen is legitimately involved in the match and the angle before the match, or is it just all encompassing? Because as we know, Liv Morgan fought Io Sky in the finals of the Queen of the Ring. At the beginning of the match, she got cursed by Danhausen, and we automatically knew that she was losing this match. If it's something that happened a month ago and hasn't been taken off yet, and Danhausen's doing his own thing with Dominic Mysterio, not getting involved in the Liv Morgan match, does the curse matter? But either way, okay, they have done a disservice to this Liv Morgan title reign. And if you have her lose here, you basically killed her in one title reign. So I don't see how you can end it here. I've got Liv Morgan retaining. I still am rolling with Roxanne winning Money in the Bank and being the one to take it off of her. That's what I've been rolling with since Roxanne joined the Judgment Day. I'm still rolling with that. And who knows when Stephanie Vaquer's coming back? I think she's ready, but it's one of those things where I don't think Io Sky wins here because I don't think this was her designated opponent to begin with.
And that is fair. All right, Jeff, you're up next. Who do you have for this match?
I'll tell you who I did have at one point. I did have Io winning just because I really like Io. I really
Who
want to
doesn't?
see her get back there. Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves Io. But I gotta say the logic surrounding Liv Morgan continuing on is too strong, too many opportunities. So I begrudgingly have to go with a Liv Morgan retention here.
All right, Jersey represent. All right. So with that, Pete, you're up for this one. Who do you are you in accordance with all of us, or are you gonna go with the Sky?
As much
Sky.
as I love that guy, I love me some Liv Morgan for the win because, again, ladies and gentlemen, the common theme of this WWE gonna do what WWE go do, and what they're gonna do is keep it on Liv Morgan because they love that Liv Morgan is champion.
Again, Jersey represents, sir. Jersey
You
represent.
think they love Liv Morgan as champion, and then you realize that she hasn't defended since she won at WrestleMania. So I'm not sure exactly how
Keeping it
much
fresh,
they
keeping it
actually
fresh.
love
Hey,
with.
they have her in the King of the Ring tournament as an excuse to not have her defend the championship.
And
Yeah, that's true.
quick,
That's
but
true.
for Brian's point, I think how they're gonna play it off is with the curse with Danhausen. I think that was for the Queen and King of the Ring. I think it's a fresh slate. What I think might happen is there will be a backstage segment, but I think she'll like slip out and Dom will get cursed, or there'll be more. I don't think she's gonna get cursed in this, and I think that doesn't. It's not applicable anymore. But that's my thought on the
Well,
Danhausen cursing.
that well, there's
Or there's got to be an accidental curse, and Liv Morgan's got to drop out, and you're going to see Io Sky in the background, and it's like, oh no, God damn.
oh
Oh,
no,
shucky ducky quack quack.
oh no, Liv is cursed and she twisted her ankle and she can't defend her title. So it's going to be an Intercontinental Championship with Raquel versus Io. That's the new match. Wait, what? No, absolutely not. Okay, but that funny enough, it's like
No,
Pete, you said
I meant
this is
that
it for
I
the
meant that
Danhausen
Dan,
story. No, we're
I
not even
I
close to done.
I meant that Danhausen would actually would accidentally curse Io Sky, but if that's where you want to run with it, that's fine.
No. But that's just gonna be discussed more later when it just comes to Danhausen in general. All right, next up we got the WWE Championship match with CM Punk defending the title against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Brian, you're up first with this one. Who do you have to win?
You would think that this would be harder just because of the participants involved, but I'm done with Cody Rhodes in the title picture. CM Punk to win.
Straight to the point, and I love it. Jeff, you're up next. Who do you have to win?
I tell you what, as much as this tends to spit in the face of traditional WWE logic here, I can't help but agree. I feel like Punk is still primed to win. I don't think they're going to make any major swings here, with one exception. I think there's an outside chance this could be setting up something for Cody. It may not be what we're expecting, but either way, Punk for the win.
Ooh, interesting. I actually would ask. I guess I'll ask you more about that off camera. Um,
Heel turn,
all right.
heel
Next.
turn, heel turn.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
It's not
Oh, that.
unheard
Oh, it's
of.
that's.
I've got think
Oh, okay.
or at least
I was
some sort
expecting
of
more than
like
that.
maybe it's a heel turn, maybe it's just on the upswing, just so he can be a challenger again. Because we all know he can absolutely be the chaser, not the defender. Any number of possibilities are possible, but only if CM Punk retains. Put it that way.
Okay. Okay. Pete, you're up next. Who do you have to win this match?
Punk, because Jesus Christ, and we need something new for the blue brand. Anything, anything but Cody Rhodes. No disrespect. Go find yourself, buddy. Lose your smile and go find it. Come back as a new character. Take a heel turn. Do something, buddy. Punk, you haven't defended the belt yet. He can win at SummerSlam, which is a great time to win. He didn't win at Mania. This could be, hey, we're giving you SummerSlam, WrestleMania Junior. Punk doing some great things. Plus, you'll hear it later that I think they're building with something with Punk's future opponent.
Okay. I'm also going with Punk. I don't want to. Of the two world title matches, I'm more interested in this one, but I'm just straight to the point. I don't. To be perfectly honest, if I see any of them really, I guess pulling, I won't say full heel turn, but pulling a heel tendency to win, I see Punk doing that more than Cody. I actually think it's we're gonna basically see like Punk pulling the heelish tactics out of desperation to keep this title, keeping on the whole old man Punk storyline that they started at WrestleMania, and just a
And
man
that,
who desperately wants to keep his name relevant, being the hypocrite of being the veteran that comes in and just takes the opportunities.
and I think I feel like CM Punk is itching to do heel work.
I think so too.
It feels like it in his interviews and his promos. Like it it feels like he's at that point where he's like, okay, I've been the babyface for too long. In both companies, I've been the babyface for too long. I need to switch it up. I think it's heel time. I think I do agree with most that Cody Rhodes needs a change in character. He needs a refresh, if you will. But the main thing for me is he can't be in the title picture anymore. At least for the time being, he's been in the title picture for 3 years. I hated it when Roman Reigns did it. I didn't like it when John Cena was doing it. It's not going to change because it's Cody Rhodes. You need some time off from the title picture, buddy.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And yeah, that's we like Cody, but we're just at that point where we're done seeing him in the world title picture. It's a similar argument that we made with Adam Page when he was AEW World Champion, and the whole discussion of now he's doing the gentleman's agreement of not going for the world title anymore, and just the question of like if he kept being in that title picture, would we get tired and would we get tired of seeing him there? It was brought up with that, and this being away from it is now seeing where he is now, going for other titles and being involved with other storylines. It's just like, okay, it's a nice refresher. And we want to see that from Cody now more than ever because it really is starting to hurt his image where the crowd is starting to really turn on him. And I know WWE doesn't want that because he's one of the golden childs, one of the faces of the company. All right, final match of night one. We're going into the Hell in a Cell with Oba Femi facing Brock Laser. Excuse me, Brock Lesnar. Jeff, you're up first. Who do you have for this one?
Fool, I think I see where you're going with this. In my initial run, I didn't have this as being the main event of the night. But if it goes where you're placing it right now, I see only one outcome of this. Obafemi wins and Brock Lesnar retires for real in front of his hometown crowd. On top, just like on top in terms of just his home audience, putting over the new guy as he should, and having a damn brutal match on his way out the door as only Brock Lesnar can do. So, yeah, that just cements it. Oba for the win.
All right, Oba for the win. All right, very good. Pete, you're up next. Who do you have to win the Hell in a Cell match?
It's a tough one. Really, we're racking the brain here. Obafemi for the win. Everything Jeff said to the T. It's you're gonna have a great match. I feel like it's gonna be like Jeff said, Brock's send off, and it's gonna usher in a new beast in WWE. It's the only high point. This is probably 2 points of my 3 points excitement for SummerSlam because again, I know the outcome but I know it's going to be two big ass men in a hell in the cell. And what more can you ask for?
Indeed, what more can you ask for? There, maybe they'll actually really make it feel like old school Hell in a Cell, not the
Mhm.
PG Hell in a Cell. But knowing them, that the match is probably not even going to go longer than 7 minutes. Uh, but I'm also going to go with Oba Femi to win. Apparently, there's talks of this not being Brock Lesnar's match, that like or yeah, not being his final match, and he's just going to keep going. I don't care. I'm just gonna flat out say, okay, if Brock wants to stay, sure, whatever. I don't know what the hell else you can do. Maybe actually have Gunther be the one to end his career. Can't wait. I would love to see that.
So
But
would
yeah,
I.
I see what you did there. Very nice. But
It's true though.
yeah,
It's true.
it is true. But yeah, Oba for the win. Hopefully, yeah, it's the Hell in a Cell. This is their final match together, at least for this feud. Let's see how far they'll go. Someone's going through this cage. There's going to be a dive through the cage. I'll be shocked if there isn't. Brian, you're next. Who do you have for this match?
As the scholars of wrestling's benevolent ruler, I must go with one of my own.
Uh,
Obafemi. It's the only choice here. There's legitimately no reason for Brock Lesnar to win this match. If he does, I am going to be on Tarek's wavelength, where I do not watch WWE live anymore. There is no reason for Brock Lesnar to win this match. If he does, it's over.
My only response to that is I don't know how anybody can watch WWE PLE live anymore, considering how many effing commercials there are now. Might as well watch it after it airs, and so you can just fast forward through that shit. But I digress. Let's see. Let's see. Everyone put their predictions in, right?
For
Yes.
night one, yes, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that the idea of the PLEs being much more commercial than actual wrestling just completely threw me off on that one. Now moving on to night two. All right, we it's that time, gentlemen. It's now time for a presence of a certain object that everyone on this panel loves and appreciates. We have the five-way women's ladder match to determine the interim WWE Women's Champion.
You damn right we do.
We got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green versus Charlotte Flair versus the winner of Julia versus Lash Legend. That's for tomorrow, right? To determine
Tomorrow,
who's in
yeah.
that one.
Yes,
Yep.
indeedy.
Do we
We're
want
recording us on Thursday.
do we want to give a quick prediction on who we think is winning that one? It doesn't matter because I don't th it doesn't matter who wins because they're not. But I guess
It'll be
just as just
Lash.
a fun prediction.
It'll be Lash Legend.
Oh, I
They
agree,
do
Lash
not.
Legend.
They do not give a fuck about Julia. We know that by now. They're not going to have her beat Lash Legend.
Everyone else think the same? Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Pete, you got both you
The passion. The passion
No,
oozes out
it
of
is
every pore.
well, to be fair, I mean, who
You
like
know,
do
you
we
know
really
how
want
he
do we
gets.
really care?
You know how he gets when the wheel is involved. He's got to be off
Yeah.
this whole match.
That said, Pete,
Wait,
you got the choice of who you think will be in the match and the prediction first. Who do you got for this one on both ends?
oh God, I hate this match. Let me tell you why I hate this match. This match is gonna cost me my fucking title for the goddamn 17th billion time on this channel. Jesus, I don't know. So wait, it's Lash Legend and who?
Julia as who the final contestant can be.
Uh, Fuck it. Julia's winning everything.
Julia
You pick
wins.
Julia to win everything?
Yeah,
The
I think she's
the
gonna beat Lash
qualifier and the
Legend and she's gonna win the interim women the title. Fuck it.
man,
This is
that is
F
when
the
it,
you
we
know
reason
he's
I
ball.
lost all
You
care.
know
hope.
what? You know what, Wheel? I see you. You.
All
Oh
right.
my
All
God.
I'm,
right.
I'm
You
gonna
want to do
laugh.
it?
I'm
Let's
gonna laugh real
F it.
hard
F it,
if
we
he gets
ball.
who I
Here we go.
if he
We're
gets who
spinning the
I picked
wheel.
as my winner. I'm going to
Same.
laugh so hard.
We're spinning the wheel.
Oh,
We're
me
making
too.
a
Me
deal.
too.
And his pick is Tiffany Stratton.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. With that being said,
You just gave yourself a weekend off, Pete.
Apparently, essentially, because with this match, there's only one choice to win, and it's Charlotte Flair because it's fucking Charlotte Flair. Woo! I got nothing more else to say. But
Fair enough. Let's spin this wheel, baby. We're spinning. We're going. We're spinning the wheel. We're making the deal. Where's it going to land?
Jeff's
Uh-oh.
favorite part of the show. I swear to God, it's his favorite part of the show every time.
You got double
woo!
Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
Congratulations on your title win, Tark.
That's not gonna get me the title. If anything, it'll probably get me a tiebreaker with you because I'm gonna be being the only one that chose the Bellas and Paige. It'll just make up for that point. Oh, unless who did Charlie posted his predicts? Am I still there?
Charlie did not commit to a pick until the Julia Lash Legend match happened. So no, he did not give a pick.
Oh, really?
He is
Nope.
not given that pick yet. No.
Oh, okay. So I could have someone with me. It's possible.
Indeed it
Julia
is.
Calais.
Woo! Okay, Brian, you're up next. Who do you have to win the ladder match?
Hey, guess what? You already have someone with you because I am indeed picking Charlotte Flair because it's actually a logical choice this time around. It's not WWE being WWE because the winner of this match is going to hold the title until Rhea Ripley comes back and they're going to have a one-on-one. And out of all the names in that match, who would you rather see Rhea Ripley face? And her best matches,
Jade.
no, her best
No.
matches. That's going to be the feud up until Rhea Ripley comes back. It's going to be Charlotte Flair and Jade. They've been building that, obviously. And no, just because Jade has beef, Fab, and Mission is not going to change my pick. It just makes more sense for the interim title to go to a name who you can believably have in a unification match against Rhea Ripley, and for me, that's Charlotte Flair. There's actually logic to go along with my decision, not just Torix, because it's Charlotte Flair.
Even though, am I wrong?
He's not wrong though.
Julia for
Uh,
the win.
so never mind that crap. Let's time for spinning
I'm gonna
wheels.
get Jade,
Brian,
aren't I? I'm gonna
let's
get Jade.
see. Let's see. You're going.
Chelsea
Yeah,
Green.
you got you got Jade.
Of course I did.
Oh.
At
To
least
be
this
fair,
isn't.
Brian, she is pretty much the number two to like could win the match.
I
Julia.
guess it's good that there's no pinfall or submission lose a point on this
Yeah,
one. And you know what? If somehow she does, imagine that fuckery.
she wouldn't be pinned. Even if there was a pinch, it would be
Yeah.
either Julia or let's see who else.
No, it'll be just
No,
like the.
it would be Julia. I'm sorry, Pete, but it would be Julia if she was in this match.
I'm just flashing back to the wheel last time where the person no one thought would take the pin. It's like there are two obvious people to take the pin here, and then the random one that Pete has gets pinned, and it's ah.
The wheel loves you that much, Pete.
It's just like the wheel loves Pete for like 2 months, and then it remembered that it hated him with every fiber of its being.
True, real and true.
Oh, so, oh,
And Julia for the win.
Jeff, Jeff, it's up to you to be the final person. Who do you have to win? And I'm just looking forward to see who you get. Either Chelsea, who is it, Chelsea Green or
You know what? Charlotte Flair, let's find out together. Pressing the button.
let's see who.
Pressing the button. Which way we going? And the winner is I got Chelsea Green.
So Charlie got the last one, whoever it is.
Yes, he's
And
got
he's gonna win because of Julia. I swear to God.
Julia or Lash. And
All
that,
right.
as they say, is that. Moving on.
And we thank the wheel for its appearance and just we'll see you next time, wheel. Bye bye now.
Funny that it's on my turn. Like always, funny. I started and there's the wheel.
What it made sure it's like it I didn't do this intentional. Oh, don't worry. All right, next up we got the United States
Or did he?
Championship. Or did he? Did I? We got the United States Championship of Trick Williams defending the championship against the now independent variant of Baron Corbin. Did you guys see that picture of how every match of Baron Corbin had at SummerSlam, it's a different gimmick?
I did see that. That's wild.
Oh, yeah, from Lone Wolf to Constable Corbin to Broke Corbin to Happy Corbin to now, as I'm calling this one, the independent variant, because this is the Baron Corbin that just it's like, all right, I went to the independents, I made a new name for myself. I'm now bringing this gimmick to WWE. So, with that being said, I'm first for this one. I'm gonna pull a crazy choice, and I'm gonna say Baron Corbin wins the United States Championship. I could see them just having this be his first match back and having him really make a statement and having Trick be the chaser and maybe possibly have Carmelo Hayes involved too, even though apparently the word is right now they just don't care about him. But again, we as the fans do. Fuck TKO. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Baron Corbin to win the United States Championship. Next up, it's the champion, Brian. Who do you have to win this match?
I do not have the same crazy thoughts that my fellow undisputed scholar has. Um, yes, Baron Corbin has come back with a very independent mindset. He has changed his character yet again, and it's not gonna matter a lick of difference because those lemon steppers are gonna step their way into said ring, retain said championship, and step their way all the way to the back. Trick Williams retains.
There you go. I love it when we're different. Most of the time we are the same. It's so much fun when we're different. Um, Jeff, you're up next. Who do you have for this match?
I'll be fully transparent with you right now. I am astonished that they rehired Baron Corbin again. I I'm not going to claim to get it. Not that I'm not a fan of his. He is perfectly good, but his portrayal, especially in the last years of his run, have just been not there. I don't see him taking the win over Trick Williams. I does the possibility exist? Of course, but the confidence in my mind just isn't there. I'm gonna go with Trick to retain.
Okay. All right, very good. Pete, who do you have for this match?
I picked Julia. I think she's gonna win
There you go. All right.
the title
Julia just
and
wins
then
every
march her
every
way.
match for the rest of night two SummerSlam.
Trick to retain. I think Baron Corbin was like seeing a ghost. I think it's the craziest thing in the world. What the fuck is WWE doing? You take care of your main stars, but you're gonna bring back Baron Corbin. It's Trick Williams to retain.
I feel the same way of them letting Woods and Kofi go, but we got a great breaking off the chains video from them, so
Listen,
I
they're
can't wait
just
to see
gonna
what
go.
they do next.
I feel like they're gonna go all in whatever they do next.
Ah, I see what you did
I
there.
see what you did. We all see what you did there.
We all see what you did there, and we all pretty much agree.
Yeah, yeah, you are not wrong. Even though I love that people looked at Mustafa Ali's tweet about it and be like, could be going to TNA? But no, I don't think TNA could afford them. At least that's how I feel about it. All right, moving on. Oh, here it is. It's finally here, gentlemen. We got the human monies on a pole match. We have Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Brian, you're up first with this one. Funny enough, I actually have written down with this match a scholar's quick talk for this match in particular. You give your prediction, and this quick talk I have is with how the response was for that Joe Hendry Danhausen performance this past week. Has WWE jumped the shark with Danhausen?
Oh,
The
we're all
winner
answering
of
this?
the
Okay.
winner of this
Oh,
match will be.
I want I want this to be a one-on-one answer for this one.
Okay, okay.
The fuckery will be strong. We know this, which means that Danhausen will win. Danhausen will win the human monies on a pole match. If they haven't jumped the shark on Danhausen, we're getting to the time where I think after SummerSlam, you're gonna have to figure out how to deal with the curse. You're going to have to figure out how to, because you can't use that as a crutch anymore. It's one of those things where I think it's going to start with the Liv Morgan retention the night before, but you're gonna have to figure out a way for the curse to start not working. I think you need to have some growth in the character because I think Danhausen himself will be fine after the segment on Monday, but I think that really hurt Joe Hendry. That's who I really think caught the caught the damage of that segment. But it's one of those things where if you haven't jumped the shark yet, you are dangerously close to the line. But with the match being named Human Money's on a Pole and it being a match that is slated to be full of fuckery, I don't think there's any way that Danhausen doesn't win this match. That's it.
All right. There you have it. Jeff, you're up next. The same questions go to you. Who is your choice to win? And has WWE jumped the shark with Danhausen?
I'll be fully honest with you on this one. I had to go back and forth with this a couple times. Danhausen's got to lose at some point, and I think there's a chance it could be this one, but looking at the writing on the wall, I'm going to also go with Danhausen to win this one. As for your other question of has he jumped the shark? No, I don't think he has it all. I think we just got one bad segment out of him. And if he survived a rocky debut and getting booed out of the building, I think Danhausen still has plenty of tread left on those tires. I don't think he's I don't think he's jumped the shark at all. I think he's approaching the ocean, but I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. So yeah, Danhausen's still in business.
Okay. Pete, you're up next. How do you feel and what are your thoughts on the quick talk discussion?
How do I feel about this match? This match is a waste of my time. Is a waste of energy. This is ridiculous, WWE. What are we doing here? What are we doing? That being said, Danhausen is obviously going to win whatever the fucking match stipulation this is because it's probably something outrageous like fucking fly backwards and catch a fucking kite in the middle of the air that has the monies and then shake it 3 times by 5 times by four. That it doesn't make sense. As to your other question, I think Jeff was right. If you come out of a crate and you get booed and then the next day people love you, I think it is in fact something where he will bounce back. It's the Hendry that I think also has suffered as well. But I feel like Danhausen won't suffer. I think if you continue the mini Hausens, then I might get a little sick of Danhausen because I'm losing my mind with the mini Hausens. It's a lot of Hausens. So maybe we could pipe that down. But other than that, Danhausen and Danhausen, Danhausen.
Okay, I'm also going to choose Danhausen for the win. And pretty much to go and answer my own question, the reason I asked it in the first place is just it's I'm looking at everything they're doing with Danhausen, and he's now on every show. Somewhere at some point he's on every single show, and it's the worry of his overexposure that makes me question whether or not if they it makes me question whether they jumped the shark with him or not. Um, he did this thing with the Knicks, which got great publicity, which brings this human monies things out in the first place. Um, uh, I'm just now worried of like what everyone has essentially said is like he's now at that point where he's crossing the line of now we should probably be worried of how much they basically take from the Danhausen from the Cowhausen, if you will, to the point where the milk will essentially be dry. I mean, hell, he got his own. What kind of car? He got a truck now, right?
He's got an ice cream truck.
It is an ice cream truck. I was actually about to ask, is it an ice cream? Well, yeah, yeah. They're probably bringing back the WWE ice cream bars through Downhausen.
If they actually do bring back the WWE ice cream bars and not the sandwiches that they came out with a few years ago, if they like the real ones, if Danhausen of all people is the one to bring the real WWE ice cream bars back into circulation, all will be forgiven. Seriously.
I need to tell you this right now. There is a picture on Fightful's Twitter page. There are very evil ice cream bars in Minnesota.
Uh,
I'm
d-
now looking for that.
Let me
Oh
just
no,
I
that's Sean. I'm not Sean Ross Sapp. Fightful.
give me this, it might have actually been Sean Ross Sapp. Let me just
hmm.
Oh, okay. It's Andrew Baydala.
Did he retweet it?
No, go uh type in Andrew Baydala,
I'm
and
sorry,
there's a
B A
picture
Y.
of Den.
Ah, yes. Yes, I see the very they've got two flavors, very nice and very evil. Yeah, that
I'm sorry, spell the last name again.
Baydala, and there's a
W.
picture of a very nice and very evil ice cream bars.
Oh, look at that.
they almost look like uh more like popsicles than the ice cream bars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do look.
So so. I just found it amusing that you said ice cream truck, and I remembered a tweet that I saw a few hours ago that was about Danhausen ice cream bars. So
I wonder what the flavors are of like what is nice
That's
and
what I'm
evil.
looking that's what I'm looking for. But at this point, yeah, I'm not gonna get too distracted by digging
Yeah, I
in
know, right?
into
It's ice cream. It's SummerSlam. It makes perfect sense. But yeah,
I,
that,
I was
it's
just like, you
it's
said that, and then I was like, I saw that hours ago. Give me a minute.
let's just hope that they can actually pull Danhausen back to the point where it's not where it's at a complete jump the shark moment. All right, moving on. I think we had Danhausen pretty much all over this episode, so I think it's time to finally put him to rest. All right, next match we have the Intercontinental Championship with Penta defending the title against Chad Gable. Let's see. Jeff, you're up first with this one. Who do you have to win for this?
this one's easy. It's gotta go with Chad Gable after all this. He's had his big redemption arc. He's got what at this point is my pick for match of the year at this point. I'm hoping that this is actually gives Chad Gable something of worth and merit to do. I love me some Penta. He's one of my favorites going today, but Chad Gable has earned this. And I think it's going to continue on and he's going to actually win the Intercontinental title, but you got to do something about that AI ass theme song. Like holy crap. But either way, yeah, Chad Gable is going to win the Intercontinental title.
Very good. Pete, you're up next. Who do you have to win this match?
Well, Chad Gable, I mean, it's the story of the summer. He's going to win the match. It's going to be it's with what he's done this year and the great match that he's going to put on with Penta. It's going to be the match. I think the match of the two night. I think this will be the best match. Like just technically and just awe inspiring. I think this will be the match to watch. But it's Chad Gable and good for him. Best of luck to you, buddy, and kill it as the champ.
I am 100% with you guys on this one. I'm also picking Chad Gable to win. The man has been on just a spectacular journey ever since the El Grande Americano to where he is now. We got the mask versus mask match. And now you got to keep going with that momentum. And the only real logical way is to finally give him that Intercontinental Championship win. And it looks like it'll probably be like, okay, he's got that out of the way. He'll probably now go and help Otis and Akira Tozawa against the Vision after this. So him continuing that momentum going into that, yeah, it just makes perfect sense for him to win and finally get that singles title match that he's just been in long need for God knows how long. Uh, Brian, you're next. Are we uh are we all on the same page here?
Yes, Chad Gable.
Yeah, there you go. We got Brian's nod of approval on that one.
What else is there to say? There's
Yeah.
once again, there is no reason for Penta to walk out of this the Intercontinental Champion. I love Penta, but with everything that Chad Gable's been doing, there's no reason. Chad Gable wins.
And it's not anything bad on Penta. He's had a great Intercontinental title reign. So it's not like him losing the title now is going to hurt him. And coming back full circle with the storyline of him starting the El Grande Americano with Penta and having this be the final match of his quote unquote redemption arc. Yeah, please. Let's keep this shit going. All right. Next up, we got the number one contender match for the WWE Championship with Sami Zayn facing Finn Balor. Pete, you're up first for this one. Who do you have to win?
Well, who do I want to win or who will win? Because they're two different things. I would love if Finn Balor won this match. I would love it, but I'm not crazy. Finn Balor is not winning this match. Sami Zayn is winning this match. I feel because of numerous reasons. You have the fallout with CM Punk. I predicted it. We all predicted it before. We need that new blood, that new look. You have unfinished business with CM Punk. So Sami Zayn makes perfect sense to win this match and then have a little bit of a feud with Punk. Not saying that Finn Balor can't come back. And I know what you gentlemen may say by it buries Finn Balor. And I hope it doesn't. I do think this is going to be a great match. But at the end, between the two, WWE is going to do WWE ass shit and have Sami Zayn win so they can have the CM Punk Sami Zayn match going. I'm coming back for you now. Now it's for and build that because again, there's nothing really coming out until Survivor Series, so you can have these not as, and I don't mean to belittle it it's not your Royal Rumbles, it's not your WrestleMania. Put in your stars that the fans want to see because it's not going to be the big marquee match. So I feel like Sami Zayn for the win here.
Okay. Okay. I am going to be that crazy. I'm choosing Finn Balor to win.
Good for you, buddy. Tell me how it
Because
goes.
I think they're gonna save the Sami Zayn going for the title closer to WrestleMania since it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. At least that's how I look at it. I look at this as a way like him continuing his downward spiral of like going back to the whole everyone's like going he's sort of like trending back to the conspiracy theory Sami Zayn, but like not fully. And I actually you can see this as an advantage of bringing Kevin Owens back to be his quote unquote mentor to get him back on his feet. That would lead to him getting his arc at in Saudi Arabia. So and using Finn Balor as just pretty much a filler feud just is makes sense in the long run, even though I think he actually deserves to at least get one reign as champion. I'm thinking, fuck, if Sammy can get a week as the champion, why not Finn Balor just get him just like, something. I mean, it's coming to that point where it is closer to it's closer to the end of his career than it is at the beginning of his career. So again, is it just stupid thinking of the head or thinking of the heart on this one? Could be, but I'm also trying to think with my head on this one, and I'm trying to think, okay, if they are going to give Sammy another title shot, have it be closer to back in Saudi Arabia where it makes more sense to get that kind of reaction.
Here's the problem I have with that statement because talking about filler feuds and all that, if they wanted to do that, they would have picked somebody else to face Sammy because they already had Finn be the filler feud for a CM Punk title reign earlier this year. We already did this CM Punk
And
Finn Balor title match
and the main
filler
event is a
feud
match that we've seen for the
for,
last 10 years anyway.
and that's
So,
fine. But no, no, I love Finn Balor. Okay, but no, the thing they did this so they could get a really good match on a SummerSlam show, but I think it would be a mistake to do the difference between the main event feud and the filler feud of CM Punk versus Finn Balor is that has never been a filler feud. That has been a main feud that has been going on for 10 years. So obviously they're going to go back and forth to it.
it is
Okay,
a
if it's a
fucking filler
filler
feud. I
feud
don't care what
and
anyone
it's
says.
obviously going to be and it's obviously going to be a filler feud, you don't do that twice in the same year. So I'm going with Sami Zayn to win. They're going to continue the storyline of you beat me with 30 seconds of prior notice. Now I have a month because they're probably going to do this at the next pay per view. They're probably going to do that title match. So now I have a month to prepare for you. Let's see what you got then. I'm going to go with CM Punk, Sami Zayn. I'm not convinced that they have Sami Zayn in the title match at a as a challenger at Saudi Arabia. I'm not convinced. If I was convinced, I would be more on Tarek's side, but I still think you would need a different challenger than because I love Finn Balor, but I don't need to see him in filler feud matches for titles twice in a year.
And that's where I disagree with you. Moving on, we got Jeff. Who do you have to win on that one?
I gotta admit, this one is probably the toughest one for me to decide. But before I give my answer, I did happen to look up the flavors of the Danhausen popsicles. Apparently, the very nice is a lemonade flavor,
Fucking knew it.
and the very evil is actually a spicy mango with tahine flavor, which actually
Ooh,
sounds amazing. Yeah,
it
I
does
know.
Because
sound good. Yeah.
Anyway, all that now that we got that answer out of the way, like I was saying before, this one I
we're
was a
about to
little.
split the room.
Oh no, the room is already split. The room is already split. As of right now, it's two for Finn, two for Sammy, and for me, I gotta go with Sammy. Like partially, it was gonna be following my gut, but it makes too much sense to me, Brian. You're the one who put me over the top here. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn to win and sort of extend this feud with assuming CM Punk does indeed retain.
it's, and don't get me wrong, I would love Finn to get all the title matches, but it's just filler feuds. If you
Hmm.
know it's going to be a filler feud, and and CM Punk is going to retain, which I think he's going to hold the title for a long time. So it's one of those things like I don't want to see Finn lose title matches in filler feuds that he has no chance to win twice in the same year. If I thought he had a shot to win that match against CM Punk, then I would go all in and be like, okay, I'm gonna go with Finn to win this number one contender match. But I think CM Punk's going on a long run. I don't think Finn would have any chance in that rematch against him. And I don't need to see that same scenario twice in 7 months. That's just me.
That is just you because I am perfectly fine with it. And with that, let's get into the main event. We got the World Heavyweight Championship, which fuck me if this is that this is the main event. This should be match one of night one. We got Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins. I'm first. Roman Reigns. All right. Brian, you're up next. Who do you have to win this one? I want to try and get this one done as quickly as I'm done with these two. I'm just
Well, let
absolutely
me
had it.
go. Let me go slow turtle for you.
Oh, please, for the love of
Uh,
God, don't.
In the category of no reason to win this match, Seth Rollins has no reason to walk out champion here. I end this feud, end this particular story, and Roman not being able to get over the hump and beat Seth Rollins so we can all move on from this 10-year storyline.
Fuck it, man. When have like has these two real like oh it's like
it's been
when
an
it's these two
ongoing
again, it's the same fucking storyline. No matter what character changes they are, it's the same
and
fucking
and
thing.
the issue is Seth Rollins is right. Roman Reigns has never beat him in a pay-per-view match. So it needs to happen now. It needs to happen now so we can all move on. Roman Reigns retains the bloodline, has a very good SummerSlam, and we move on to different pastures. Finally.
I just have to say with you saying that, it's like, oh, and like it just makes me also look back at like, oh, Brock Lesnar kept getting schooled by Bill Goldberg, and then they have the one match that he finally beats him, and that's the one where it all matters in the end. I was like, motherfucker, Goldberg beat him twice. Oh, he finally got the one. He finally got a win. It's like it's that celebration meme, all like all the way down bottom place. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
it's like, oh, you finally get the win, but it's like he still beat you all those other times. So it's like, is it really
because
that?
Roman Reigns has beat Seth Rollins on Raw. He
Yeah,
has
exactly. Who
multiple
gives a
times.
fuck anymore?
But it's one of those in big moments Seth Rollins keeps fucking him over. Well, finish it so we can move on, please.
Yeah, and it's because they bring that shit up. There's like, oh, you're just basically making this easy. They did it with Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar has never lost a Hell in a Cell match, even though if you really look back, it's only against the Undertaker. But don't think about that. Don't think about that. He's undefeated in the Hell in a Cell. Well, he's finally gonna get beaten this year. Yeah. Seth Rollins has always beaten Roman Reigns in high quality matches. It's finally time to put that bucket book to rest. This is all the shit that we want to see. Why the fuck is this main eventing night two?
Well, quite
Seriously.
honestly, quite honestly, what would you have main event?
Honestly, the WWE Championship. How it's always been the fucking WWE Championship. Oh yeah, Roman Reigns is the world champion. That makes it even, that makes it all better. That makes it the world title worthy enough to be the fucking main event. Fuck that logic. Oh my god. All right, but yeah, the more interesting title match I would have had the close night two. But again, yeah, okay, you picked Roman Reigns. I don't want to take go. I don't want to go on the level of Jeff's old school Roman Reigns rants from the yonder years. I'd
Oh,
probably even
that
go one step further.
nah, the Roman Reigns of my original rant no longer exists. He's finally come into his own. He's now the tribal chief. He was not the
I'm
tribal
talking
chief
in.
back then. Now it I
He
cannot
was
deliver
the
the
big
same
dog,
flavor
and
of rant.
nobody gave a shit about the big dog.
I'll look at the. I'll put it this way. It's it's a like the level of anger at it is there. Reasons may be different, but that level of just like is there. And for me personally, it probably is going a little higher because hell, I even called out Brian on this on our chat where it's like, stop with the Roman Reigns. I'm tired of seeing him fucking everywhere. The
And I was
sooner
like
he's
and I was like, that's the point. I'm supposed to be annoying.
oh
Me,
man, that's
you
it's
getting
now even
angry on
beyond.
this chat,
I was t
my
I was tolerating it now, but now it's at that point where I am I'm just done with him. It is back to Vince McMahon pushing him hard levels of just like go away Heath for me now. I just go to fucking movies. I'm done.
Fool,
I've had enough of him.
fool, I believe you were just saying something earlier about jumping sharks. This is where the shark has been jumped. Now, before, during my rant way back when, it was he wasn't there yet. He's overpushed. Now, they're re yeah, they struck gold with Roman, and now they're just revisiting and retreading the same thing over and over again. They're like, "Hey kids, remember the Shield? Remember the Bloodline? Remember all the fun we had?" No, all I remember is the shark that you jumped. I'm just gonna say it. Roman Reigns wins. Dot dot dot. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, I can honestly keep going with this, but yeah, we've already been long enough as it is. Pete, you got the final prediction. Let's see. I did this one. Okay, so yeah, I went first. So yeah, Pete,
Yeah,
you get the
this
final
my the
prediction of the
final
evening.
prediction.
Who do you have
I
this
would
one?
love to tell you my prediction. My prediction is Julia because I'd rather talk about her winning this match and being my interim women's champion because y'all don't know. Believe in Julia, everybody, because my title depends on it. But in all seriousness, all I want you to know is you should acknowledge that Julia is winning the title. Like Roman Reigns is going to win this fucking match. End of story. We're all delusional because it's now Friday.
It is now Friday. Okay. And with that, with it being now Friday, we got all the predictions in. We got it all locked in, set in stone. Lock it up, toss away the keys. Those are our predictions. Oh, and now it's time for SummerSlam to see who is right on this one. And now, fuck it. Let's turn it over to you, our watching slash listening audience. Who do you have to win SummerSlam nights 1 and 2? Which one of our predictions are closer to your predictions? Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, look at our link tree in the description below, and even look if you're wanting to listen to us on podcasts and not look at our faces. Go ahead, go and choose the podcast form. We do whatever you need to listen to our wonderful voices and not see our hideous faces.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm pretty.
Oh no, I'm just saying that as humor. We're all very handsome gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
Y'all better hope I lose this title because the Roman Reigns memes are gonna be coming in strong. If I
I
win,
am
I am
going
warning
and
you now.
well in that case I'm gonna silence the chat. I am not
No, no,
yeah
it's
for
go. It's the MJF memes.
and or
Julia.
or do the Obafemi.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You went yourself with the whole ruler thing. You go just do
yeah,
just find a gif of Obo. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
coming.
that's
It's coming because Tarek went off the wall. I thought he was done after the Page and Bre- the Page and Bella's book, and then he went two further, and I'm like, oh, so there's a chance I could win anyway. Okay.
At this point, fuck it. Why the hell not? But yeah, those are our takes. That's how we are. We're all tired now. We are the scholars of wrestling. You have just been schooled.
You're
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 welcome.
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 And we will hopefully you all will enjoy SummerSlam. Hopefully we will enjoy SummerSlam if we can get around those effing commercials. All right. See you all next week for possibly what happens after SummerSlam. Yay.
Let's get it.